name is Beston. I live in Cape Town. Also, I do delivery. Interbet helped me to realize my dreams. Now I have my own delivery vehicle and I'm able to do the removal in and around Cape Town.
It's time for race number 8, the Golden Horse Sprint over 1200 meters, 15:53 the time that you need to get your bets on for the penultimate race. And this is an absolutely cracking contest for these older horses. And before we get into race number 8, let's have a look at Give Me a Prince, when finishing first on the 28th of Jan, and then interviews with Sean Terry, Vaughan Marshall, Dean Cannemere and Justin Snaith.
Between runners is Vungu. We're inside the final 200. They found across the track. Sergey in the middle. Give Me a Prince down the inside. Bertoldi. Rio Karori is absolutely motoring home into the closing stages. Give Me a Prince. Rio Karori with one late lunge to the wire. Give Me a Prince from Rio Karori.
Golden Horse Sprint is a really tough handicap. It's a very strong field. Competitive race. Full Velocity has done very well at Scottsville. She's drawn well. I think she's had a reasonable prep, and I expect her to run well, even though this is a big ask for her.
Yeah, he's very well. He's come on tremendously since that last run, which was a year before his previous run. So, you know, I think even though it's 1200, I think he will be competitive.
We're Jamming looks amazing at home for a horse at this time of the year. He has just arrived in Natal this week. He's travelled well. He flew in from Cape Town on Monday morning. All has gone to plan. It is a very competitive race for him, and obviously adjusting to the Scottsville track can sometimes be hit and miss. But he is doing well at home, and we would not have travelled him all the way unless we thought he did warrant some respect here of his rating, remembering that it is a handicap.
Thunderstruck returns to Scottsville. We won the medallion last year. He's had a bit of a stop-start racing campaign since then, but I feel that he's in a good space here, having his third run after a rest. I think 54 for a Group 1 winning 3-year-old is a good mass to have in this race, and I think he's going to run really well.
Rio Karori makes his debut in the Golden Horseshoe Sprint. His first year he was eliminated. In the second year he had a rating of 130, which meant he would give away a lot of weight to the field. So this is the first time that I feel that he's comfortable and at a rating that makes him very competitive. He's a class act. I do think he will be fine at Scottsville, and I do expect a good effort from him, and there is a good chance that he could fight this out.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the 1400 tripper, there was no problem there. It's just, before the race, I said the only thing that would beat him is the draw, and we saw what happened there. And he was beaten by a top horse too, but it was only the draw that was very difficult. I mean, he came from absolutely last flying to the finish. So that was a good run. 1200, not a problem. We've had rain. That's only one of the question marks I've got. Which side of the course are they going to race? When you've had rain, you don't know if it's going to be inside, outside. Sometimes say it's going to be on the outside, then it's in the middle, then it's in the inside. There could be bunching in the inside, could be a bit, cut up on the outside. I don't know. It's a bit difficult, but hopefully we don't have any more rain again. But putting his best foot forward. He's beating the best sprinters, but he's proven that by winning the Merchants and winning the Group 1 in Cape Town over 1,000, which was too sharp for him. So he's a better horse over 1200. But I think it's going to be one hell of a race. There's always a top race. You've got 60, he earns his stripes, a little more compressed the weights, but he's got to give away, 6 kilos here and 4 kilos here. So it's never easy, but he's a very, very good horse, and he came through his last run well. And I just hope it's even across the course, and it's not a bit of a mess like we've seen in previous years after a bit of rain.
Under Your Spell gave us a little bit of a flat run in her last start. I think she's freshened up quite well. I'm very happy with her work. I think she has a decent weight at 54.5, multiple group winning filly. And yeah, she'll be competitive here. It is an open race, but I think she'll run well. and it will be great to see her give a massive account of herself, as this is probably her last run in the country.
Yeah, cracking contest that we can look forward to. And Dean Kenilworth mentioned that obviously last time out, Give Me a Prince beaten by a top quality horse in the form of Trip of Fortune, who in fact remained unbeaten over the distance, and I think he made it 5 from 5 over the 1400 meter trip, and he was in some smashing form heading into the race, Trip of Fortune. And Give Me a Prince, well, he won the Cape Flying Championship, and then second in the Diadem, giving 2 kgs to Bereave. I think he was unlucky on that occasion. He just did not get the cover that he needed down the straight at Hollywoodbets Kenilworth on that day, and Bereave was just a better horse on the day. And if we go on the run over 1,000 meters, then there's a few horses that can certainly turn the form around with him. But if we go on that run over 1,200, Rio Karari and We're Jamming, he's got them stone cold at the weights, and I think he's the best horse in the race, Graham. He's a quality horse. He showed his hand down in the Cape during the Cape summer season, and that form should hold up quite strongly in this event here. I can't see any other horse. In fact, I can't see the Joburg horses really getting involved. If he is to get beat, then we've mentioned this off air, but then there's probably going to be a real upset in this event. But I think he's the right horse in the race, and I think that Kaya Stables, Keegan DeMello, Dean Kenilworth, they could team up for this Group 1 here.
Yeah, it's a lovely race. Slightly tongue-in-cheek, and I'm going. Yeah. One of my jackpots is going to be Banker Field in the last leg, but I'm not really expecting a massive upset. There's always the potential, as you heard from Dean Kenilworth, it's a handicap. Give Me a Prince, I agree with you, is the best horse in the race, but I have healthy respect for Justin Snaith's runners, Rio Karari and We're Jamming. I think they're very much alive, very competitive, not much to choose between Rio Karari and Give Me a Prince. And what is interesting, they're drawn next to each other, yes, towards the stand side, and they can watch each other's every move and stay out of trouble. So both Rio Karari and Give Me a Prince should get a good run. But We're Jamming is very effective over this trip, and he carries 55, so he's getting weight. Sir J, 4 wins from 6 starts over 1,200 meters. He's getting some weight. Full Velocity is a course winner. She's getting 6 kilograms. Bartholdi ran second in this race last year. He's on the other side of the track. He's drawn in gate 1 where he was drawn last year. He gets a couple of kilos. William Robertson doesn't move well to the gates, but he runs well in the race, and he was a great second behind Isi Vunga in the computer form sprint. Thunderstruck can suddenly find the form that he showed when winning the gold medallion last year. And then Supreme Warrior is unbeaten 2 from 2 over 1,200 meters. He's a very talented horse. So there's a lot of, the point I'm making, there's a lot of quality, and they're meeting each other at varying weights. There is the potential for an upset, but I do think, and I'm really hoping that we see a terrific race between Give Me a Prince and Rio Karari, that they both bring their A games, that both get a fair run, and that there's not more than a head or a neck between them. But I think that Give Me a Prince will win. Yeah,
I'm with you on that, and I think the course experience is vital in these events, and Rio Karari and even We're Jamming, unfortunately they don't have that on their side, but they are top quality horses, and if Give Me a Prince were to possibly get beaten, then maybe those 2 horses could be the ones to fight out the finish. But for both Graham and myself, we expect the Golden Horse sprint to go the way of Give Me a Prince. We're hoping that Princess Calla can get the job done in the South African filly sprint, and then Give Me a Prince can come through in race number 8 to add that another Group 1 to the tally for the Kenilworth and DeMello combination.
Good fun. Days like these are great. You get the whole industry together, and to have, companies and corporations like Interbet and Cape Racing who are so generous with sort of time and energy into making a day like this possible is it's fantastic for everyone.